Well, I wrote a book on fear because fear is everywhere. You can't open a newspaper, turn on a television without getting bad news. But Jesus spoke more about fear than he did any other topic. So I really believe that fear is an option and that faith is a better choice. I think people are afraid they don't matter. I think the fear of insignificance, of making no contribution, of living a life and coming and going and no one knowing. I think this fear of being too small is the biggest fear of all. Fear overtakes other emotions because it's the default emotion. It's what comes natural. Faith is the emotion that demands a decision. By nature, we're fearful people. We have to decide to have faith. We have to choose to have hope. So fear overtakes other emotions because it's what comes most naturally to us. Fear can hamper our relationship with God in the sense that it causes us to question the goodness of God, question the existence of God. Fear hampers our relationship with others because it turns us into control freaks, turns us into mean people. If we can control one part of our life, we feel like it's going to eliminate fear. It doesn't work that way, and it hampers our relationships. Fear of God can be the best thing. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, the Bible says. Now, when the Bible talks about fear, the better word is reverence, or respect, and awe. The fear of God can be the most healthy emotion because fear of God is actually a respect of God, an awe of God, a reverence, a sense of holiness, of God's holiness. And so our fear of God places us in a posture where we understand how great God is and we depend on Him. So the fear of the Lord, for that reason, is the beginning of wisdom. Fear can affect our parenting because we just are afraid our kids are going to get hurt. We're afraid of the influences, so we can overprotect them. And we can feel like we are in charge of them, forgetting that really they were God's children first. And so the ultimate answer to our fear of our children's struggles is prayer and trusting God to help them. Facing death without fear can only be done if you know somebody who's defeated death, and that's why the Christian hope is so valuable. Without the resurrection of Christ, I don't know how you face death without fear because it is the big unknown. But with the resurrection of Christ, I think you have every reason to face the grave with confidence, courage, and even hope. The person who's facing financial fears needs to remember that times like this come. It's just a part of living in a world that depends on an economy. But our ultimate hope is not the economy. We trust in God, and He gets us through times of any type of fear, even financial fears. To the person who struggles to believe if God is real or not, that's a legitimate fear. I believe every person who sincerely seeks Christ has those moments of fear that there is no God. So what you do is you walk with Him. You take Him up at His invitation. You live in His Word. You pray. You talk. You believe like He is there, and you live like He is there. And then you really discover if He's there or not. The relationship between trust and fear is pretty simple. Trust is fear that chooses to believe. It's not the absence of fear, but it's a facing of fear with faith that results in a deeper trust.